Oh my shit on my what the hell?
I also found it odd that Joe and Elliot seemed to react to the door falling at the exact moment it starts to ever so slightly move.
Oh, that is it.
At the very start of the video, they foreshadow the whole coffin lid thing, and they show that it is stood vertically when they first get to this location.
Beardo's Windows Boss Ghouls, how are we all doing? I'm feeling absolutely fantastic. Some people are going to be angry at me. So, if you didn't know, some of the first big time drama that I was involved in were two chaps from a channel called Ghost Theory. They don't like me, I don't like them. They promoted me to help me get to 1,000 subscribers, all was good. I did a reaction video to their stuff, all was good. Then somebody said, hey, check out this video because they've missed 3 different ghosts. And I looked at the 3 different ghosts and was like, nope, visual pareidolia in every case. And the reason Ghost Theory have missed that is they've realised that it's just pareidolia. They hasn't even registered with them that it could be a ghost, so they've ignored it. Fair enough. All hell breaks loose. And in my opinion, what happened was Ghost Theory saw my thumbnail debunking whatever it was, and then them in the title, and then used any excuse to have a pop at me, so they went via my wife, because they're big strong boys. There was a whole argument about the way they treated security at the location. I stand by my wife with that, I stand by security with that, and then there were things like they claimed that the security staff were fired, and then I checked, and they weren't, but they must have found out I was checking, because suddenly they released a statement saying they weren't fired. We were just told by somebody who knew somebody who... It got all sorts of messy. And then I made a couple more videos here and there, but I've stayed away from them for 11 months was the last video I released about them. 9 months ago, I released a video where I was on an investigation. There was a latch on the door, and I pulled a stupid face and looked at real evidence, and they went, or something like that. It's a bit of fun. Apparently for the 2 jokers in Ghost Theory that love to laugh and joke and take the pee out of each other, they can't take jokes very well at all. The Cider Guy made a video 14 months ago, somewhere along that sort of time. The Ouija Brothers haven't mentioned them in God knows how long, until last week they did a live stream, and they were like, we've got no clue what to do, we'll take it to a vote, what do you guys want us to react to tonight? And I knew what was going to happen. Ghost Theory's name were everywhere. Not necessarily in a negative connotation. A lot of people that are fans of the Ouija Brothers love Ghost Theory. Absolutely fine. And then I saw the comment section. Ghost Theory fans starting to have a little bit of a pop at the Ouija Brothers fans that are not Ghost Theory fans. And I was like, do you know what? As much as I would enjoy what could be a decimation of 2 people that I cannot stand, I'm going to leave. Even as a moderator for the Ouija Brothers, I want no part in this, because anytime I say the words Ghost Theory and then say something negative, the Ouija Brothers get blamed for it. Or anytime the Ouija Brothers say something negative about Ghost Theory, which is very often, I get blamed for it. So it's like, do you know what? I'm just going to not bother. Save the drama. Now, Side-Eye Guy brought out a video on Saturday, and what a video it is, and I'm going to be reacting to that video now, because he says it's not a debunk. I think it absolutely is. When you do your research, and through your research you prove the same things happen again and again and again, that's a debunk of scripting, or that is at the very least a debunk of staging, which means ultimately that there are things going on in those videos that are fake. I believe that Parple caught them faking and then was bullied basically into removing the video and then stopping debunking because of the sort of backlash that he received. I still receive backlash for shit that I did 11 months ago, which is absolutely incredible. It seems that I live rent-free in Ghost Theory fans' heads, but Ghost Theory fans can't understand. I just didn't watch them for the longest time because I knew I was never going to support them. But I sure as shit couldn't debunk them, because the second I brought out a debunking video, everyone would say, that's because you don't like them. But no, the side-eye guy has brought out a fantastic video. And the reason I want to cover this is, number one, having a slightly bigger channel than his, I'm hoping I can filter more viewers into his original video. So please, stop watching this one now, if you haven't watched the side-eye guy, and go and watch his video. I would really appreciate it. And leave him a comment, hit the thumbs up and all that stuff, because the work that has gone into this video is absolutely phenomenal from him and Agent F. To clear up another rumour that I'm seeing online, I am not Agent F. If I had the time or the patience to have sat through all of those ghost theory videos to put this case together of why they are staging, it'd have been on this channel with my face and a big shit-eating grin. I wouldn't have fed it to the side-eye guy. Call me selfish if you will, but I haven't watched them for ages. I've looked at thumbnails here and there and gone, really? That doll moved on his own, did it? I bet it did. We are going to get into this side-eye guy video. Please go and support the original creator. This is one of my favourite videos of the year. I know it's only February, but it'll probably still be my favourite video by the end of the year. Because, without sounding too mean, Ghost Theory deserved this. Anybody else that has ever questioned them, they have poo-pooed or fired shots at and all the rest of it. And, you know, they were having a premiere after Seg's video had dropped. And the following things were said, and I'll post some of them on screen for you right now. The side-eye guy, Beardo, and the Ouija brothers have a vendetta against us. Joe, Elliot, please pull your heads out of each other's rectums for a single solitary second and just stop. And then think. Is it really a vendetta when Side-Eye Guy hasn't covered you for over a year, I haven't covered you for just under a year, and the Ouija brothers have mentioned you pretty much once in the last 6 months? That's a vendetta. I know you went to drama school, but calm down with being the drama queens, will you? Please? And yes, Ghost Theory fans, I'm a toxic, horrible, nasty bully because I want to watch a very good debunker pull apart your favourite channel. That makes me horrible, not them for lying in the first place. Oh, shots fired. I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm absolutely fucking loving this. I mean, press play.
Oh, Ghost Theory, how I miss thee. Been some time since I did my last video on Ghost Theory, and there was something about that video that just didn't sit right with me. First
Joe and Elliot were in it. I'm joking. It's a joke. They can joke. I can joke. Calm your tits.
off, props to the guys for taking my first video so well.
I didn't see that coming. I thought they were going to do what they normally do, and tantrums, scream, shout, rant, rave, and then one of them, Jelliot, whichever one, posting online about mental health and bullying and all this cack. It's not bullying to pull apart your footage.
Here's a brief summary of the video. Joe and Elliot investigated a big old abandoned building and discovered a room which clearly
So I'm going to skip the Side-Eye Guy's catch up on his initial video, go and watch it with him.
for that. And then something else happened to me not so long ago which got me thinking more about ghost theory. When I was in the UK, I went to the same abandoned crypt with Dorset paranormal investigators and Justin from the Paranormal Monkey podcast that ghost theory went to. That investigation isn't up on my channel just yet, it's on its way, just be patient with me.
No one cares!
Anyway, this awesome but very small location is where ghost theory also investigated and a big old door seemed to open by itself.
Dorset Paranormal have tried to recreate this. Real Evidence have tried to recreate this. The Side-Eye Guy has tried to recreate this. And all of them struggled to get that latch to sit in that position for it to be able to drop. And Side-Eye Guy is going to say something here that proves my original debunk right.
Use all your energy if that was you.
Oh my... You will! Yes!
The comedy run.
There's no one here! There's no one here!
Didn't look to the right, didn't look to the right. And there's a cut, so whoever was in there could have just run off, or they're still there, because Joe also doesn't pan there. Other people brought out videos saying, it was just the wind. The Side-Eye Guy says something very important here, that also Dorset and Real Evidence said.
What a load of bollocks.
Not that.
Joe and Elliot made a real big deal of this at the time being, in fact, paranormal, or at least strongly alluding to it being paranormal. Well,
And then blaming the wind much later on in the video after all of the excitement and stuff. But up until they say it was the wind, They are exclaiming it's the best paranormal evidence they've ever seen, whilst forgetting that Joe saw a full-bodied apparition at 30 East Drive. They've seen doors fall over. They've seen some of the most crazy shit. It's not every week, but some crazy shit. But they keep forgetting about it, and every time something happens, it's the best thing since sliced bread. Now, this is just an opinion, and I'm allowed an opinion. It sounds like they're full of shit, in my opinion.
Well, when I went there, I had a look at that door myself, and there is no way in hell it is moving by itself. It's a big old heavy wooden door. And even when you very carefully rest the door opening mechanism on the latch, nothing. It just doesn't budge. And there is no way it's gonna budge without human interference.
Meaning, there was somebody on the outside that gave that door a little bit of a nudge, tucked themselves back into that little crevice. My original debunk, as far as I'm concerned, was correct. It is fine that other people looked at it after me and had different opinions, but this is somebody that has gone there, saying that door did not move without a human interference.
So they went out to have a break and they came back and they said they shut the door, but they said they accidentally had it on resting on the latch.
So like above it?
Look at the effort.
Well, that's how it was before. Like, you mean like this?
No.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, like that. Has to be like that.
Well, it does. The door.
Now, they are purposely trying to get that latch to sit in the same position as Ghost Theory did, and it keeps slipping of its own accord as soon as they leave go of it. So how much effort did Ghost Theory go to get that latch to sit there for as long as it did? Quite a bit, I would imagine.
It's too heavy to do.
That's why you're stuck.
That's about as. That's about as much. The door's so heavy. Maybe there.
Yeah.
I don't think you can just naturally do that.
No, you can't. No.
I don't think that the door can just naturally sit there. No, it can't. By a team that has been there twice. Now, is this everybody being toxic, or is this people looking into a claim that was made by a channel where stones are getting thrown at them and all sorts in this place? And I've watched 4 different teams go here, and nothing ever happens. But Ghost Theory go here, stuff getting flying everywhere. Seg will get into that in a second.
That's what I've been saying all along.
Yeah, you could. That took quite a lot to get that just right.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose that's not impossible, but I would say highly improbable.
Also, surprise, surprise, when I went there, and from the sounds of it, when everyone else goes to this place, nothing happens. But for Ghost Theory, there's doors opening, rocks being thrown at them, all that bollocks. So, after I visited this crypt for myself, it got me thinking more and more about Ghost Theory. And it made me wonder, could we spot any other staging in their older videos? Well, this was a very ambitious project.
Why do I do this to myself?
I don't know.
And I really did need some help. So,
Up to this point, if you haven't seen this video, which you should go and watch right now, you may be thinking, yeah, I can see what you mean. Yeah, they've probably done that for a bit of effect, and is it that big a deal? It is when this shit keeps happening.
oh, lucky for me, I had Agent F, the
Not
same
me.
guy who did all those amazing Yasko debunks, help me out with this video. I honestly could not do this video without Agent F, so thank you so much, mate. We decided to go through a whole bunch of Ghost Theory videos to see if we
Can we just appreciate the clips and the stills that Psyduck Guy puts into his videos? On point, all of the time.
could find some kind of pattern in their paranormal happenings. So Agent F had a look back on the very first video that Ghost Theory ever uploaded, well, at least the very first video that is available to non-members, titled How Is This Possible? Hell's Hospital, Intense Paranormal Investigation. My thinking about this is that we have to go back to the early videos because I don't think Joe and Elliot really do much faking these days. They don't really have to.
I don't know. Looking at the thumbnails, I would probably disagree with that.
They've reached a level of success that they just don't need to do this anymore. They even showed it as much in a somewhat recent poll they did, where they outright asked their followers why they watch their stuff. And the winner was Joe and Elliot.
I could probably post the same poll, but insert my name and get the same results. I think that I Don't Like You would have a higher percentage, but any channel does this type of poll, the channel creator is going to get the vote.
and Elliot know that they don't have to fake their stuff anymore. It's not worth the risk because people now watch them for them, because people find them entertaining. And you know, all good, that's great. But in order for them to reach that level of success, I personally believe, as does Agent F, that they fake their content to get there. Anyway, let's get stuck into this video.
As do I.
Right, we weren't actually expecting to get in it, we just randomly seen that this... We've just sort of climbed over a big manhole full of water. And this window is open, so...
What the fuck was that? Me?
Yeah. We are in 100% the creepiest place I've ever been in my life. But this is the building. I'm not even joking, I am actually shaking right now.
Oh my god.
I feel so... I've never felt this nervous in an abandoned house, in an abandoned building. Right, this is the place the bearded explorer has been and saw something.
I'm pretty sure that this isn't the only door fall that I have seen in a Ghost Theory video. Don't quote me 100% on it. I remember trying to make a video before when all the drama was at its height and I deleted the entire thing. I'm sure there was another door that fell over, but with 2 different camera angles. I've also seen somebody else share do this door trick, and I'm pretty sure it was before Ghost Theory did it, but for the life of me I cannot find it. Maybe I've dreamt it because, you know, they live in my head rent-free. They don't.
Thing walking around at the end of a corridor. He was on his own.
We'll be circling back round to the Bearded Explorer in a little while. But no everyone, this was not Beardo's first channel before he started Beardo Gets Scared. Imagine if Ghost Theory once upon a time shouted out Beardo of all people.
They did. And imagine I brought out a video saying how real they were, even though there was kids' music playing in the video, and I was like, this is incredible. Oh, look how funny they are. It was their phone. Like, they didn't set that up, and I was too stupid to see it because I thought they were cool guys.
Anyway, let's get straight into the juicy bit of the video.
Yes, please.
I feel like we need to find a really, really decent room to go down and then choose. Oh my shit on my what the hell?
Should we go?
Did you get that on camera?
I don't know. I have absolutely no idea.
Sake.
I'm shaking.
Please tell me we got that on camera.
I don't know.
What the hell?
Cider Guy brings up a very important point here.
I actually don't know.
So, the door falls flat on the ground that must have just been standing upright, or maybe ever so slightly leaning against the door frame, with all its hinges taken off the door frame. And since it fell to the ground quite freely, we could only assume that it definitely wasn't attached to the door frame. I also found it odd that Joe and Elliot seemed to react to the door falling at the exact moment it starts to ever so slightly move. If anything, they might even start reacting to it falling before it actually moves.
Oh my
That low light, how in the hell did they see that start to fall there? He's got a point, and I missed that when I was looking into this video the first time.
Who'd have known these two would have had such cat-like reflexes? You know, it's almost like they already knew it was going to happen.
Is there someone here? Is there someone here that's trying to communicate with us?
That'll work. Door's fallen over. Let's wave a key to about magically and hope that it picks up the... What are you looking for there?
Can you do something like that again with the door? Was that a spirit that just moved that door?
No.
No! There is no signal or anything.
Yeah.
Or it was a ghost, and Ghost Theory have absolutely just destroyed the key to being used for paranormal investigations.
What on
Is
earth?
there any wind coming through here?
I have absolutely no idea. Was it... What?
There's no wind. There is no wind coming through.
Now you may be thinking, Alright, so he said he thinks they've moved before the door, reacted before the door fell. That's not that big a thing. That's not that big a deal. It's not. It's everything that comes after it that just keeps piling on to this information via research that these guys are full of shit.
I know. There's literally like fuck all anywhere.
This is something else that I've noticed Ghost Theory do. They pretend to debunk, since, at least I believe, they stage their own evidence. Anyway, the next thing I want to address is
something I said a long time ago. There are far too many things that happen that could be misconstrued as paranormal that they later debunk and say, oh, actually, it was just the wind. Actually, it was just this, just that. I think they're staging things to debunk in order to combat debunkers. So the second a debunker says something about them, their audience says, but they debunked it. They debunk things all the time. They have too many things that they have to debunk happen all the time. I've been investigating since 2009. I have never, ever seen a door fall over of its own accord. Ever. I have never seen a REM pod go off as many times as when these guys use their REM pods.
in this video is the over-the-top red writing on the walls, or words written in blood.
Oh, come on!
The vibe in this place.
This place has a heavy footfall. There are a lot of people going here around this time. There's a lot of videos around this time. Somebody else could have done this red writing, and it could have been still wet, because, you know, there's not exactly any heating in there, is there? But the red writing does prove a timeline of events of different channels, and Seg and Major F, Agent F, they've done fantastic finding all of this and putting a timeline together. I think it's incredible. This is the smart shit we love the Side-Eye guy for.
And that says it all. Doesn't it?
No, it says help.
What even is that made of? That's still wet.
What?
Is it not? It is.
It's the wet.
I mean, what's this? Is it paint?
The smell it.
Doesn't smell of anything, does it?
Two things. Number one, blood and paint both smell. They stink. Can't smell anything. Number two, if you thought that could possibly be blood, would you go sticking your nose next to it and then inhaling deeply? Given, you know, viruses, airborne diseases and all the rest of it, that can spread from fresh blood, wet blood. The reason they're so happy to stick their oinkers in front of them and breathe in through the nostrils is because they know what it is, in my opinion. But I'm biased because I don't like them.
No.
Clearly the assumption here is that this is blood. Wet blood on the walls saying help. You can get fake stage blood that cleans off pretty easily from surfaces that they use in film and theatre, by the way. And since Joe and Elliot are actually filmmakers by trade, I'm sure they knew where to get this kind of stuff. But all of these kind of things only seem to happen when Ghost Theory go to this location. Lucky pair, aren't they? This is one of the reasons why I wanted to go back to their early videos. There is no way they would try a stunt this ridiculous today. So let's build a timeline off this abandoned building.
I don't know, the remote that magically appeared off a windowsill when Purple thought he saw a hand. That wasn't that long ago. I think he was right. The window positioning did change, and I think there was the shadow of a hand. And if not, all they did was have the remote with the battery sat in the spring, barely in contact, knowing it's going to flick out at some point and throw that remote. But I personally think a hand has swiped it. I don't give a shit what they say after the fact, because, as the Cider guys rightly just said, they are filmmakers.
That's pretty well known. It's called the Zachary Merton Ward because quite a lot of UK urbex explorers go to this place. The first channel we can see that made a video on here is called Partners of the Forgotten World. They uploaded their video on April 28th, 2021, so let's see the state of this place back then.
I would be wearing a mask in there. Jesus Christ.
So this is the door that Agent F and I believe actually fell over. And it's in a completely different area from where the door was in the Ghost Theory video. It seems to be attached to the door frame. But when the partners of the Forgotten World documented this place, the door seems to be intact. Next, we go to the Bearded Explorer, who Ghost Theory mentioned in their video.
Right, this is the place the Bearded Explorer has been.
And this was a really brief moment he captured the door, so I just took a screenshot. Since it's a blinking and miss it kind of moment. This was uploaded to YouTube on the 5th of September 2021. You can also see in this video the wall where the bloody words were written is clean, which is not a surprise since Ghost Theory said that it was freshly written in their video. Next in our timeline, we have the Bearded Explorer returning to this abandoned hospital, uploaded on Halloween 2021. And the door seems to be in a very similar position to the first video. Also, the bloody wall is still clean.
It's building up a story here, and it is fucking beautiful.
What the hell was that?
Next, on the 1st of November 2021, Exploring the UK uploaded their video of the hospital. So this video was uploaded just one day after the Bearded Explorer uploaded his return video. Everything between the two videos looks pretty much the same, but it just goes to show how popular this abandoned hospital is. Lots of people go there, lots of videos are made about it. And God knows how many people go there who don't film for YouTube. Just 2 weeks later, uploaded on the 15th of November, Ghost Theory upload their video. Something else I forgot to mention earlier, that there was actually another wall with some bloody writing on it saying leave.
Like fuck did they miss that?
First time the fellas walk past this, for some reason they pretend not to see it, because I do not believe they would not notice this. Personally, I think this is a little tactic they got from filmmaking school to leave some dramatic irony in the video for a little while so we the viewer can see it but they the ghost hunters cannot. Anyway, a little bit later they pretend that this is actually the first time they've seen it.
Oh, for fuck's sake. What? I swear there wasn't there a second.
What does that? Leave. That says leave.
It does, yeah.
They're still dripping.
What's it? What is it?
And guess what? This word leave is not in any other previous videos either, just for Ghost Theory. So, let's see how this place looks the next video after Ghost Theory leave, being the effing Explorer, uploaded on the 16th of November 2021, just one day after Ghost Theory uploaded their video. I do have to stress here that obviously I don't know the dates of the actual filming, but we can assume that they must all be pretty close together. But clearly the effing Explorer did film after Ghost Theory did their video, because we can see the bloodied word help is already starting to come off the wall. And
this is going to get very important. Very important. This timeline. The blood all over the wall, the blood not being on the wall, the blood being on the wall, the blood not being on the wall, and the position of a door.
Now we get our first look at the door, and for some reason it stood back up, and it looks like it's leaning against the door frame again.
Dun dun dun! Why, who would have put that back up? Explain to us, side-eye guy.
That's bad.
I suppose it's that old, doesn't it? Come under.
Holy shit, that's all fucking paperwork, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just some advice for you would-be urbex YouTubers. Please stop pointing your fucking camera at your feet. The bloodied word leave is almost gone completely as well. So the burning question I've got here is, if the door fell over in a dirty old abandoned gross building, why would you pick it up and lean it up against the wall? I mean,
what a mystery. It's almost like urbexes are known for trying not to disturb things so that the police don't get called and they don't annoy people so security get put on places. It's why they very rarely share pins. Yes, I'm sarcastic.
I mean, it's not like you gotta worry about health and bloody safety in a building like this. If it fell over, you just leave it on the ground, right? I cannot see why anyone else would make the effort to go into that building and lift that door up. Some random door. The only thing that makes any sense...
Yeah, exactly, because nobody else going in this building would know that that door wasn't stood up prior. Or maybe they would, but they would just step on it, assuming it's just randomly fallen over. It makes zero sense for that door to be stood back up, unless the people who had it fall over stood it back up.
Sense to me is for some reason Ghost Theory, after the door fell and they filmed that whole bit, off camera, lifted the door up and leant it against the wall. For some reason, they wanted to leave the place as they found it. But
all urbexers, the good ones, do the same thing. They will pick things up and then look at things, photograph, film, but they'll put it back exactly where it was. And it is so people looking after buildings or security, police, etc. There's no reason for them to go looking for people because nothing has been damaged, misplaced, or whatever. So if Ghost Theory had left that door on the floor and somebody is patrolling this place and noticed that door being pushed over and they've walked past it night after night after night on a patrol or something, they'd be like, somebody's been in here, fence the place up.
But this is a big, big giveaway. It makes you realise that that door is part of their props. It's part of the staging.
Boom. Prop. Staging. Absolutely nailed it. That in itself, possibly not enough, right? This gets so much better.
And for some reason, they wanted to put the scene back together as it was before they arrived and tampered with it. And as this video goes on, you will see that this is a pattern. I'm now going to skip ahead to April 26, 2022, to when Groomski explored this place. A whole bunch of channels have been there between the F1 Explorer and Groomski, because there's tons of traffic in this place. By now, those bloodied words have completely disappeared off the walls. And spoiler alert here, guys, in all the videos I have watched, it's only Ghost Theory that gets those bloodied words on the wall. And the door is still upright and it doesn't seem to fall for anyone else.
What are the chances? Now, if it was just this door, would that be enough? No, but if you add in the latch from previous and the fact they forgot about the full-bodied apparition Joe saw, there's a pattern. And it gets deeper.
This is the entrance.
The famous door.
They know about it.
So clearly this door and the Ghost Theory video has attracted the attention of some Urbex explorers. So if we fast forward all the way to when MXSN18 uploaded their video on the 12th of June 2023, the door is finally put to rest on the ground. Rest in peace, door. Rest in.
And I wonder if this is the second time I've seen this door fall over. I'm positive I've seen somebody else with this door fall over. Positive. And I'm sure it's the second door I've seen fall over with Ghost Theory.
In peace. So, you'd think this debunk might end here, but Agent F and I wanted to dig a bit deeper, since this is just one location and one video from Ghost Theory. So, we looked into more Ghost Theory videos to see if we could find some kind of pattern. Next up, I'd like to share with you the video from Ghost Theory uploaded on the 6th of November 2022, and in this masterpiece, a coffin lid falls over, just as the fellas were asking the ghosts about the coffin.
The question I have that I really want to get answered today is, why is there a coffin in here? Why did you start to build a coffin?
Foreshadowing.
Is it a coffin? Are we just over imaginative? Oh, that is it.
Another thing you may want to consider is how come stuff keeps falling over when they're nowhere near them. Surely that is paranormal. It was until me and Parple were like, there's gotta be a third person with them. They've made jokes about it. There's no third person with us, etc, etc. I've been told there's a video where you see somebody's reflection in a door that is not one of these pair. But I believe the side-eye guy is looking into that. I'm not going to tread on toes. When they were at that underground church and things were getting thrown down the windows at them, that's a third person throwing those things at them because nobody else has experienced it. A third person would have pushed the door that was latched and a third person pushing that door off that frame, in my opinion. That's why the camera spins around wildly and or it's either to hide cuts or for somebody to move just around the corner and tuck themselves away quite easily in that shithole hospital.
The thing just fell over. It just fell over.
Thank you. Thank you.
I was talking about it. I was just talking about it.
Thank you so much.
No way. Come on. Where is it?
I don't know.
Where is it?
It's not there.
Where is it?
And I've got to say it, whilst they're expert filmmakers, actors, they are not. I saw that energy drink advert they did. I would have died inside trying to make something like that. And I make parodies and funny videos all the time. And I die doing them. Fair play.
It's gone.
What?
It's just
See,
gone.
it can be nice.
Actually gone.
It's gone.
No, it's not. It's there.
What?
It's camouflaged to shit.
It is. It's just.
At the very, very start of the video, they foreshadow the whole coffin lid thing, and they show that it is stood vertically when they first get to this location.
If you've ever wanted to find an abandoned workshop with absolutely everything left in it, this is it.
Is it?
It is.
One thing that's quite creepy that I've noticed is they were making homemade coffins.
This is how the coffin lid is when every other ghost hunting channel is visiting this abandoned location. It is laying horizontally on the floor, leaning up against some other rubbish. So how did Ghost Theory know to place the coffin lid back like this when they were done with it?
Uh-oh.
This time round, I'm going to hurry along the timeline thing so we don't get all bogged down with the boring details. So way before Ghost Theory upload their video, on April 1st, 2022, Taser Urbex uploaded their exploration video, and the coffin lid is laying horizontally on the ground. On May 22nd, 2022, Urban Paranormal Explorers show us exactly the same. August 23rd, 2022, when TS UK documented this place, and on October 30th, 2022, when Vacant Haven filmed their video, the coffin lid has not been moved. So next up in our timeline, Ghost Theory upload their video. Then after Ghost Theory, we skip ahead to December 4th, 2022, Adventures video, and the coffin lid stays laying horizontally on the floor, and this is exactly where it stays for all the other YouTubers that document it. It only ever stands vertically for Ghost Theory. And wouldn't you believe it, the one prop that has been manipulated in a Ghost Theory video that we cannot see being manipulated by any other videos seems to be where the paranormal occurrences are focused towards.
It's a mystery. An absolute mystery. It must be the paranormal.
That's convenient.
Ghost Theory do revisit this same location, but they don't talk much about the coffin lid thing, which is kind of weird. And
it's more than weird. This is another trend with Ghost Theory is scary shit keeps happening to them, or potentially paranormal things keep happening to them, and they keep forgetting. Most people remember such a profound thing such as stuff falling over when it shouldn't. The reason they're forgetting is they know what caused it to fall over, in my opinion.
You know, not a lot really happens.
That wasn't.
Why are they ghost hunting in a fucking shed?
Did you just hear the caravan? Yeah, I did. That's why I'm pointing the camera right.
So, between this video and the hospital one, we can see some similarities. But this is just 2 videos. It's still not quite enough to say that there is a pattern here. It's just 2 videos. So, let's have a look at another video.
Oh, okay.
Up next, our ghost hunting
how uncouth.
duo go to the abandoned Coventry Inn pub. Let's see what happens when this gem was uploaded on February 24th, 2024.
You can't hear it on the cameras. But now there's like proper thuds. Did we definitely check every room?
Yeah. There aren't that many rooms anyway. I've got the camera down there anyway.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Can you do that again?
Take note of how the chair is laying on his arm. Now, before we go any further with the Ghost Theory video, let's start our timeline again.
Yay!
First, on April 10th, 2023, which I know is a while ago, Explore with Lynch shows the chair on all fours as God intended. Next up, we have a special shout out to Real Evidence, my homies, on
Top channel. Go and check them out. Shit doesn't fall over every couple of months for them because they're not full of cack.
September 9th, 2023. They also documented a tear safely on all fours.
Did he just say a tear on all fours?
Then, on February 11th, 2024, just a couple of weeks before Ghost Theory's upload, Parabugs, knowing the unknown, also show us the chair safely on all fours, just like Mr. Slave. But surprise, surprise, when Ghost Theory show up, the chair is now resting.
I've seen some comments saying these holes in the walls are off the legs of the chairs. So maybe somebody's thrown the chair at the wall and that's why it's on his side. Maybe.
Resting on his arm. And guess what? Something crazy happens to the chair as well in just Ghost Theory's video.
Okay. Should we go downstairs?
Yeah.
Cutting between two cameras again. If I didn't know any better, I'd say that would be to make a cut for the third person to have rolled that chair. Because look at the position it was in. There's where it ends up. But it was resting on this arm, which is kind of flat there. It's quite a harsh curve there. But there's a really soft curve there. If that was going to move one way or the other naturally, surely it would have rolled the other way. So to go this way, it's been forced, potentially by a ghost. Or the third person that I believe has been with them on occasion.
Fuck was that?
That was the fucking chair. That was the chair. The chair has literally just moved. I swear that's the chair.
What do you mean it's just
It's the chair, the chair.
I mean, I heard
There's
it.
the chair.
The chair?
The chair.
That was like that already, wasn't it?
Again, the acting is abysmal. Filmmaking, mwah, top quality. The acting, piss poor.
Further over this way, I think.
Now, potentially, was that chair resting over this hole, and somebody's just the other side of it with a little stick, and boop, over it goes. Just theorising. Because you can get in there.
Loud, and that was not a rat.
Has that moved?
You know it has.
Yeah, it's fucking moved. It has moved.
I can't remember.
I need
because
to... I don't know. I think so.
We're going to have to look at the footage to find out.
There's just one video after this in our timeline where the chair is shown on April 29th, 2024 by
Back on all
Urban
fours.
Exploring UK. And guess what? The chair is back on all fours.
It's a miracle!
And as you can already probably gather, nothing else happens for any other team quite like when it happens for Ghost Theory. Next up.
Oh dear, not more.
Ghost Theory visits some other abandoned location and this happens.
Holy shit!
The fucking chandelier. What? What the hell just happened?
What's going on?
What's going on is your mates upstairs just chucked something over, and you know it.
It's like everything's leaking now.
Pretty terrified, I'm not going to lie. And the first thing I noticed was this dripping coming down the ceiling, and it was really, really loud hitting the floor.
If you want to watch a channel with real drippage, the Ouija Brothers. Yes. Got a t-shirt that half of the logo is taken up because of my stupid furry face.
And our first thought is we need to get straight up those stairs and find out what the hell is going on.
After our friend has moved out of shot. I'm being a bad Beardo today.
I mean, it is soaking wet up here. Am I above the chandelier?
No.
Over here. It's like the fucking radiator's just like being thrown, isn't it? That's directly above the chandelier.
Can you even move this? Yeah, I'm fucking right. That was not the radiator.
Is it that heavy?
Yeah.
In their video, Ghost Theory say that they didn't film upstairs, which is kind of odd, since
Very.
this all kicked off at the end of Ghost Theory's video, and every single other team do explore that upstairs section.
Not only that, but every urban exploration channel, every ghost hunting channel that does abandons, check the building for people. They'll go upstairs to check the floors to make sure they're not going to go through, see if they're spongy. But most of all, they're looking for people. I refuse to believe that these pair that often show they walk around at these locations before they start investigating, on this particular one, didn't show any footage or didn't go up there. I refuse to believe it. No chance.
Since it's a significantly large part of the building. Isn't it convenient that Ghost Theory didn't bother filming, so we have no documentation in the early part of the video of how this place looked after the paranormal shit happened? But anyway, we can see this radiator is in the middle of the floor. Let's start our timeline, and I'll be sure to make it snappy. These channels here all visited the same location, and the radiator is against the wall. Ghost Theory turn up, and surprise surprise, it's fallen over by what must be the world's strongest ghost.
Maybe the radiator didn't fall over. Maybe the radiator was already over, and they've thrown something lighter upstairs and made out it's the radiator. But didn't they say it couldn't have been the radiator, and then say how heavy it is? The whole thing stinks.
Personally, I think the two guys have other people hiding around in the same location that they're filming at. I think there's a third.
Thank you, Seg. You are not the debunker we deserve. You are the debunker we need. Not all heroes wear capes. Whilst there's a tinge of sarcasm in there, this is fantastic. This is how you look at a team that can bat away every single naysayer or every single negative comment with toxicity most of the time and what would you know, blah, 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 blah. This is a timeline of events across multiple locations of Ghost Theory being the only people to experience these things. So, is it that a lot of places that Ghost Theory go that nobody else has stuff happening, they do, or do we look at the common denominator? And that being that this shit only happens when Ghost Theory are there. Because I have seen them in tons of locations that tons of my mates have gone to, because I watch a lot of urban explorers, and nobody else gets this shit. Nobody. Then you watch the Ouija brothers go to the same locations as these and other urbexers, and nothing happens. Nothing like this. And then Ghost Theory have the cheek to say, yeah, well, the Ouija brothers faked something. Aha! Huzzah! Take that! No, and no. Or did they fake one thing in 7 years, yet you do it every 7 fucking weeks?
Joe, Elliot, can you do me a favour and share with me your lottery numbers? Next, and I promise you guys, last video that I'm going to focus on today is this one right here, where this happens.
Oh, it's just got a weird feel in this place.
I'm going to make this timeline very, very short and only focus on the one channel that uploaded just before Ghost Theory did. Mr. Mickey on the 12th of January 2024. So, we can see here in Mr. Mickey's video that there are glass bowls on the bookshelf.
Yes.
So, after Ghost Theory hear that crash in their video, they go to investigate. And guess what? Those two glass bowls are now no longer on the bookshelf. They seem to have disappeared.
You hear what sounds like a sliding motion first, like somebody swiped it.
Since the Mr. Mickey video. And I don't know about you guys, but the sound I heard that crashed in the Ghost Theory video could very easily have sounded like glass bowls. Also in the Mr. Mickey video, we see them pick up what they call a heavy wooden lampstand.
Look at this. Look at that. Proper old lamp.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that, mate. Proper wood as well, solid. Oh yeah, the whole thing kind of feels like a garden shed, but it's not.
Yeah. And they leave it standing upright. But when Ghost Theory hear that crash, the lamp is now resting against a window. This could have also caused the crashing sound. In Ghost Theory's video, there is a second time round where they hear a crashing sound.
Was that not the same sound? That sounded like the exact same sound, but with the spirit box playing over the top of it, no? It's similar enough to be the second bowl, potentially. To me, it's all bollocks. All bollocks. I mean, they stood upstairs and Joe's got his arms outstretched like it wasn't me. Well, no shit, Sherlock, you're upstairs. It's the third person. You can stretch your arms out as much as you want. Don't prove... Yes, it proves you didn't do it, but it's pointless, because we know you didn't do it.
So one of those crashing sounds could have been the lamp, and the other could have been caused by the missing bowls. In both...
On account there's 2 bowls missing, I would assume it was the bowls, because that lamp was leaning against an already broken window. Just my guess.
For these occurrences, the crashing sounds happened in a completely different room, where somebody else could just be creating these sounds and smashing things around the place. So, in conclusion, Joe and Elliot seem to have a knack for items or props in their videos being repositioned from when other channels go to these places. My hypothesis, rather than a theory, is that they have manipulated these items in the environment around them, and these items always seem to be the focal point for the paranormal happenings. These are just the ones that me and Agent F have highlighted. I'm sure there are loads more.
Oh, there is.
Certainly back in their early days. Now, in all honesty, guys, I have made this video knowing full well that there are going to be some hardcore Ghost Theory fans having a go at me.
Sorry, bro, watch plenty of these guys. No tricks, no real lies, no making out it's ghosts when it's not. Just 2 lads having a laugh looking for ghosts, usually unsuccessfully. They've got more evidence than me or anyone I know in a shorter time. Thousands of ghost channels that lie and cheat, yet you debunk this one. Lazy, very lazy, and you're cherry picking to make it look bad. However, they do not take criticism, which is crazy for ghost hunters, so job done. You will get plenty of replies and clicks for the algorithm.
I still get some Ghost Theory fans having a go at me from the very first video I made, over a year ago. So I am not going to claim this to be something that I don't think it is. This is not a 100% debunk.
I think it is. What you and Mr. F there, or Agent F there, have done is looked at various bold claims made by a paranormal channel. You have researched those claims. You have looked at evidence from other parties. And you have formed a narrative that happens in numerous videos across Ghost Theory's channel. Numerous teams go to the same locations, experience nothing. Ghost Theory experience things there. That in itself, not quite enough. But the fact that these other teams have gone there, not had these events, and the props are only moved in the Ghost Theory videos, to me, is 100% a debunk. Now, could somebody have potentially gone in before them, not recorded, stood all of these things up, and then never done it again for any other channel? Pull the other fucking one. I don't believe that. I really don't believe that. And a lot of people are going to say it's because you're biased, it's because you don't like them. Fine, fair enough. I'm biased. I don't like them. But it's as close to concrete as you can get without following them around to catch the third person with them. Don't do that. It's stalkerish. Somebody might consider it. Please don't. It's stalkerish. But I think Side Eye Guy has absolutely fucking decimated any credibility the Ghost Theory have here. These are not the Side Eye Guy's words. These are my words. Yes, I'm biased because I don't like them. They don't like me. At the same point, I've made jokes in this video, Seg made jokes in his video. These guys make jokes about people all the time, they make jokes about each other all the time. To be fair, for people that claim that the debunkers are toxic, they can be nasty pieces of work as well. Back to Seg for his outro.
For those of you who are regulars to my channel, you will know that I am fair when it comes to these things. Dick. So although I will not say this is a 100% debunk, I do also think it is fair to point out that in many Ghost Theory videos, there is a pattern that happens. And I believe I have shown you all what this pattern is. And of all the videos of all the other channels that myself and Agent F have watched, and believe me, it's been a lot. Nobody else has had the level of paranormal experiences that Ghost Theory get. With the exception of the Bearded Explorer when he went to that first location, but I'm pretty sure that was just a homeless guy. So anyway, guys, we have to ask...
You also have to take into account that that was the Bearded Explorer's Halloween special. Every year around Halloween, he has a video that comes out with something spooky in it. Just saying.
Ask ourselves what the probability of foul play
him.
is here for this same pattern to keep happening. I'll admit, Joe and Elliot are definitely smart enough to not do the kind of thing that Twin Paranormal do. The things that I have noticed here don't happen week in, week out. They make sure that they are smart enough to have some videos where nothing happens at all, or very little happens. But, as far as I'm concerned, in my opinion, etc, the videos that I have highlighted right here today are fake. But
boom. 100% agree with you. I agree with you more than you do. I think you have ultimately proved these for everything I said 2 years ago. You have proved it. 100% for me. But again, it's just my thoughts, my opinion on it. If this was about any other channel, the communities that support Ghost Theory and Debunkers, if it had been any other channel, they would be on them. On them like, yeah, that's bullshit. Absolute bullshit. But because it's Ghost Theory and they are likable to some, they get away with it.
Hey, that's just a theory. A ghost theory. Sorry, I've always wanted to do that.
Oh,
Love
that's
that
cool.
channel. So, if you enjoyed this, please like the video and subscribe to the Side Eye Guy channel. Right, I'm off to carefully position a bottle of whiskey anywhere within arm's reach of me. Ta very much. Cheerio.
That is a tune. Well, do please let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. Ghost Theory fans, whatever. If you're going to be the obnoxious pricks that you usually are, shouting, ranting, swearing, all the rest of it, name calling, you're just going to get blocked. I've given up trying to argue with people that cannot see wood for trees anymore. I'll just block you. Because most of you don't even watch the videos. You see a thumbnail and go, how dare you talk about Ghost Theory like that, you hater! I can't be arsed with it. If you want to have a constructive argument, by all means. I'm sure there are some very, very nice Ghost Theory fans out there that have looked at that and said, isn't it all just conjecture? Isn't it all just opinion-based? I don't think so. Not that many times. That is 4 videos that are very similar in what happens in them. Well, 5 if you include the latch. Then you add into the fact all the things that I have said about them before, the Debunk Purple did on them before, and you add into the fact that they don't seem to be able to remember paranormal events. For any other team, paranormal events are such a big deal. You take that shit with you. I love you. Yeah, I love your videos. 2 years later, still people going on about it. It's because it's things that you don't forget. I won't forget what happened to me in that care home with Exploring the Entity last week. 2 weeks ago. I won't forget that. It was incredible. Even though the footage doesn't show things as loud as I hoped they would be, it was an incredible experience that I will always remember. And it'll be that care home that when I remember it, it'll be the care home where I'm like, that place could actually be haunted. I need to go back. That video's not quite ready yet. It should be out next week at the latest. You'll see what I mean when you watch it. If not, go check out Exploring the Entity. Their video with me in this care home. It's fantastic. Much love to you all. Beardo out. Future Beardo, yeah. Ignore this. I bought a new microphone because my Elgato was playing up. The thread on this part doesn't match my boom arm, so I've had to buy another piece that's coming today, and then I can get back to not holding this like a shitty TikToker. So the update would be the Ghost Theory have commented on the Side Eye Guy's channel. Now, I know the Side Eye Guy isn't planning on doing any more content in regards to this, so I'm going to read what Ghost Theory have responded and why I personally think it's a load of cack. So Ghost Theory respond, the obsession with the door is actually getting kind of comical for something we have already debunked ourselves. We've already covered this. Side Eye Guy has, I have numerous times. You create things in order to debunk later, so you get maximum viewership throughout your video, and then right at the end you look off camera and you say, but it was just the wind. However, all other teams have gone there, and it wasn't just the wind. There must have been a human involvement, according to 4 other channels who all have numerous people. So Dorset, was there 3 or 4 people in Dorset that have all gone there? But Dorset have changed their lineup, so the initial time was 3. They've just gone there with 4, so only 2 of those people have been there each time. You're looking at 6 different people there. Real Evidence is another 2 people. That's 8. The Side Eye Guy, that's 9. You see where I'm going. Are all of these people just horrible, nasty haters that are obsessed with you? Or are you full of shit and this is a poor defense? We also have a video where we went back to see how easy it was to accidentally latch that way, and we did it first time. I mean, you've only showed that you did it first time because other people have gone there and struggled to get what you had. They've documented that, so it's just your word against theirs, which is fair enough. We did this way before we were accused of faking it. No, you went back after you were accused, as far as I'm aware, but I could be wrong. We showed this clip on a live stream. It isn't really that hard to close that door so that it doesn't fully latch. However, we've seen Real Evidence, Dorset, Side Eye Guy all try it and not be able to latch that door the way that you did, so it just slips back open. This is just your word against theirs. I don't know. I don't think you understand that. The thing with the blood is it's obvious that it's been there for a while because it's soaked into the paint. Fake blood stains things. It'll leave a residue no matter how much you wash it. Even if it's been a few hours, you can see where it's faded into it. Also, Straight Outta Urbex posted a video there 6 days before us with that writing on the wall. Cool. That channel is actually shown to have gone there in the fucking effing Urbex guys channel you show. It's funny you left that out when it's the easiest video to find because it's advertised that they'd been there in a video that you clearly watched. And also the one that discredits your hard work into this debunk. What you've accused the side-eye guy there of is ignoring certain things in videos to make him look better, you look worse, whilst you have just done the exact same thing to the side-eye guy. The side-eye guy clearly states in his video, just because these videos were released in this order doesn't mean that's the order that they were recorded in. So while that channel may have released the video 6 days before you, maybe they don't edit as much as you, as heavily as you. Maybe they don't do such amazing color grading and the cinematics, because that is what you guys are really, really good at, and I will never ever dismiss that. But you've made this argument whilst ignoring the fact that it's the same, you've done the same thing. You have claimed that certain things have been ignored, whilst you have ignored certain things. And that is all I've got to say on that. You can also see the same blood is all over the walls in a room with a camp embedded. It has the same dripping effect and dotted on look. That is also seen on the words we found. That can all be seen in other videos before ours. Same argument as the previous statement. By the way, we spent most of our time making history documentaries and comedy sketches when we were younger, rather than films. But you went to film school, is what we've been told. It doesn't matter if you go to film school with an A to go into documentaries, into whatever. You will learn filming techniques from all aspects of film. This argument is nil and void. You also don't need to know how to make a film in order to fake something, or know where to buy fake blood. I agree with that last part. However, having a background in film school, having the background that you guys have in making film, does afford you the ability to fake better than anyone else, which is exactly what you're being accused of. This argument isn't deep enough for you to say, we don't fake because of XYZ. It's like, yeah, we're filmmakers, but you don't need that to fake. No, but it certainly helps. That's why you're very rarely caught out. Despite, and this is the big one that you're ignoring, you guys get more paranormal activity than any of the other real channels. That's the be-all and end-all of what this is. Other people have been going out there 7 years, 6 years, 5 years, 4 years, and have never, ever seen a single thing get thrown. They've never ever had a door fall over, etc, etc, etc. You guys do. Weird. The door is actually the entry point that the Bearded Explorer comes through. You can see in a few videos that door moves about a bit as people make their way into the building. By the time we got there, that had all been boarded up and the door had been moved again. Just happens to be the door that fell was the one door that had been moved by a lot of people. But notice how the entry point stays sealed and the door doesn't move very much. You also say it never falls again, but then you show it on the ground at the end. You've taken some aspects of what he said and ignored others. He says, at this date, lo and behold, it has fallen over, but all of this time in between, it hasn't. And yes, maybe that door fell over because somebody else has gone then after watching your video and wanted to recreate it. Because like I said earlier on in this video, I'm sure I have seen that door fall before. Maybe that's what it is. People recreating the fakery that you've clearly done here. Let's not beat around the bush. There's no way we would pick that door back up. As someone says in the video, the famous door, is it too hard to imagine that maybe other people went to see if it could also happen to them? You see, Ghost Theory, I need permission to call the bullshit on this. Because there is a location you went to where a team or a number of teams went, and some of these guys met up with you on that night. A night that you had something possibly paranormal happen. And one of the claims in your video has been swiftly undone by their video that they recorded after you left the building and they went in. And the only reason I'm aware of it is they mention walking past Ghost Theory on their way in. But the thing that moved for you was stood back up. I'm hoping I can get permission from these people to actually use that footage. I don't know if they will, because people are genuinely scared of you, pair. People refuse to come forward or refuse to have their names mentioned. People will tell me all sorts about you, but not want their names mentioned because of your behaviour towards debunkers or even your own community when they disagree with something. A sad existence. Points I have about the coffin are long-winded, and to save this being a full essay, I'll just say we filmed it before that video. And we actually have a members video where we say we can't believe how much has changed in the 5 days after we first filmed it. That was posted before the video you watched. A lot of people go to these places, just not all of them are filmed. Yet that coffin lid was only stood up in your video. This argument is pointless. It has taken you... When did Cider put this up? Sunday? It is Thursday now? Wednesday now. It is Wednesday now. So you got late night Sunday, so we'll discount Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It took you 3 days to come up with these arguments, and they are paper thin. This argument is just to say, look, we haven't had a go at him, but he is completely wrong. Look at how cool we are, audience, and they're drinking the Kool-Aid still. The glass one, you were essentially saying we are committing criminal damage, which is incredibly unfair. I mean, if you didn't throw any glass, then yeah. But he also said, potentially overlaid. You've missed that bit out. Now, at the same point, you're saying it's incredibly unfair to accuse us of criminal damage. There are certain things that you do in your videos, like when you're dealing with security, like when you're dealing with the general public telling you to get off the land or whatever. Or, I mean, the guy telling you not to walk on a public footpath was a job's worth, fair enough. The way you speak to people, the way you act towards people, the way you are with people, there's a lot of disrespect there. So forgive people if they assume that this disrespect will go into properties, because stuff gets thrown about in your videos quite often. Clearly, you guys, in my opinion, you guys are throwing this stuff around, or your third person is throwing this stuff around, and don't say it's ridiculous, all these claims of a third person. Because who else was throwing stones at that church that nobody else has had activity at? If you just look at the beginning of the video, you'll see the bowls weren't even there when we arrived. Hard for us to break something that wasn't even there. I mean, did you film yourself getting out of your car, walking in through the door, walking around the building, and then starting an investigation? Because you could well have, I'm not saying you have, but you could well have gone in there, on those two bowls, taken them to one side, then filmed, and then thrown them. I'm not saying you have, but this argument is kind of paper thin again. Am I saying that you guys threw those bowls? No. But you've left out the fact that on screen, in big white text, the side-eye guy says, could be overlaid. And in my video, when I post the two clips together, they sound so similar, just one with a quieter volume and cut off earlier than the other. I think it's overlaid and it's the same sound twice. I may be wrong, but there's alarm bells everywhere. This whole third person thing is getting old now. It's amazing how many people have bumped into us at these places and we've never been seen with a third person. But how many of these people that have seen you at these locations are locations where you don't get activity? I'm not accusing you, a genuine question. You're smart boys, so are you going into these places, seeing other teams there and like, shit, better not throw anything tonight because, you know, they have been in here, they'll know the position of everything. You're smart boys, you keep putting things back to where they were, allegedly. But the remote that bounced out of the windowsill magically of his own accord, third person. You know, is it a ghost? Every time something gets thrown at you guys, when light bulbs are popping and exploding and all the rest, is all of that a ghost? Or logically, is there a third person that you're aware of, or possibly not aware of? I can't see you bumping into that many homeless people or urbexes at these places that are going to play tricks on you and throw shit around, so it stands to reason, just by logic and the percentage of things that happen to you that don't to others, that it's a third person. And you will always have those claims. Any paranormal channel will have those claims when they get that many interactions with the paranormal, even when you debunk them after, because even the stuff you debunk happens to you more often than anyone else that claims to be legitimate. Even watching Twin Paranormal, Sam and Colby and stuff, they do not have objects move as much as you guys. The fakers don't have as much stuff move as you guys. In fact, the only person I know out there that has the amount of poltergeist activity that you guys potentially have, but it's often debunked later for, you know, make sure the debunkers can't say anything about you, was exploring with Danny. All these points can be debunked with just a little more research and maybe just asking us in the first place. It proves that there is no pattern at all, and it's all just another made-up narrative. Absolute bollocks. The reason people don't ask you boys is they know they will either get blasted or filled with bullshit. Look at the way your community have been behaving. I haven't made a video about you in 11 months, yet my live streams still. And last night they did it. Last night there were 4 different people came in, Ghost Theory, before I'd even said that I was making this video. Ghost Theory this, Ghost Theory that, what about Ghost Theory? Why did you call me a bitch? I called you a bitch because you were being a bitch. You came in, you asked a question about Ghost Theory, I answered it honestly. You screenshot your question, took it to Ghost Theory, and bitched and fucking moaned about me. You knew what the result was going to be, you do it anyway. This is how your community are behaving, Ghost Theory. There are not people from the debunking community, specifically my community, that don't call you out for shit. But you can't keep playing victim with these responses and poo-pooing stuff away when you're as guilty as all of the things you accuse us of, you're every bit as guilty as. These self-titled debunkers have nothing more than the thinnest conjecture. Anyone could do that about anything. Good explanation and done so in a non-confrontational kind of way. Yeah, I agree with that. Perfectly explained, it's bullshit, Jules. But Jules is one of these people that keeps turning up in comment sections and mentioning Ghost Theory when nobody else has mentioned them for 11 months, 16 months, or a year. She's also a moderator for Ghost Theory. She hangs on every word they say. The side guy responds with, although I disagree with many of the points you're making, I think it's only fair to pin your comments so you can have your say and make people make their own minds up. I did this 11 months ago. Pinned a comment, had a respectful argument with, it's got to be Joe, because Elliot is just too fiery. Too fiery. He can't control himself. Just because you say this is getting old now doesn't disprove the accusations. Fair point. If anything, it just shows that there are others that think that there is something fishy about your channel, and of course there is. You get more activity in a video than most honest channels get in a lifetime. Absolutely, completely, 100% agree with that statement. I don't see the point of having a back and forth in the comments. Everything I have to say is said in my video. I appreciate that for the most part you have kept this mostly polite, kinda. There was a little undertone to it, but you know, they're entitled to it. I'd also like to add that much like my haunted project, you guys have a nasty side that seems to leak into your mods and followers. I understand why you do this. It means that you scare others in coming forward. I've received more evidence to support mine and Agent F's hypothesis in my DMs, but they do not wish to come forward because they don't want to deal with you. And this is the same experience that I am having. People are all too happy to say, look at this from Ghost Theory, look at that from Ghost Theory, I was at this location, I saw this, I saw that, but you can't mention me and you can't show my footage because they'll know it came from me. What exactly are you doing to put this fear into people, Joe and Elliot? I don't understand why people fear you. Well, I do, because if I was if I wasn't the type of person that I am, if I wasn't who I am, the day that I got messages saying Joe is raging, he wants to kick your fucking head in, may have intimidated me instead of making me laugh, and like, the fuck is he gonna do? Does he want to drive all the way to South Wales to kick my head in? A, criminal. B, good luck with that. C, if you're gonna get that angry that you want to beat somebody up because I said your videos are full of shit, your ego is then out of control. And the Ouija brothers, the side-eye guy, Beardo and Real Evidence and DPI, they are the bad guys, right? We ain't the ones having temper tantrums. We ain't the one flying off the handle. Yes, I've taken a lot of glee in somebody absolutely decimating and pulling apart your footage because, as I said, you deserve it and I don't like you. You haven't been threatened by us. You keep saying, you know, this vendetta against us even though nobody's covered you for so long. You're drama queens and you're crying about stuff that just isn't happening to you guys. It's sad. It's very, very sad. Usual ending here. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't get personal with them. Don't do the nasty shit because they'll inevitably cry and play victim. Much love to you all. Beardo out.